Sorry that my stream died. So we're back. Hopefully this doesn't happen again. Alright, so we're gonna make the batter, like I said. Do you want to refresh yours? Oh, it's already there. Okay. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Let me make the batter. I'm gonna get the flour out first. We're gonna do equal amount of like flour and water. Yeah, I should get the oil ready.
I just got it.
Ice cold water. So I just gotta use the ice cold water bottle I have in the fridge. We drink that later too. I heard like, you know, if you over mix this, it's gonna become too runny for some reason. So I'll just mix it until it's like fully. This doesn't seem like it's enough water or something. Because it looks a little too thick. I hope this is the right texture. I should have sipped it, darn it. Because I see some lumps. That's for you to always sift your dry ingredients before you mix it with the wet ingredients, guys. Maybe a little bit more water. This is too thick. I didn't want this to be like too runny because obviously it won't stick together. Trying to get all the dry parts of the flour. Let's head to the stove and restart our frying. Alright, let's turn it on for the tteokbokki. So let's continue to, you know, stay heated and like, you know, cook up our spicy rice cakes. Put the spoon on the side. So we got our seaweed rolls and our batter ready to go. About like 1/4 cup of flour and 1/4 cup of water. Probably like add a little bit more water if it's like necessary. So I just turned it on. We're gonna wait till it gets heated and we're gonna like double fry it so to make it extra crispy and like more golden brown. Plate. getting hot pretty quick.
I just.
Let's just drop the batter in here.
Get it down a little bit.
Alright, let's just give it a minute. Even though it did bubble up and float up to the top, let's just give it a minute here. Whew, very hot. Okay, so we got this. Oh snap. Just don't let it stick. Stop sticking! Sorry, these guys are like still sticking to each other. So we got this piece of seaweed roll. We're gonna dip into the batter just a little bit, not too much. Or this does look a little too much. Hope they stick together very well while it's frying. Holy cow, I'm getting excited to try these like fried seaweed rolls. I've always been wanting to try it like ever since I seen this in like YouTube videos and like Korean street food videos when I was reacting to it. Don't need to put like too much oil like deep fries unless like if you're at working a place like that, or if you're like serving up a huge amount of like people, then that's like really necessary. But lower amount of like oil is okay since we're just making just a little bit. I've seen like some people use like a really shallow pan just to fry up like a few of these seaweed rolls at a time. So I can tell that there's no need for a deep fry unless it's necessary. Get about mid, maybe like if it gets slightly brown, not too brown. So I'll just do one in the dish so you guys can see it. I gotta learn to like be gentle, like be very delicate with these rolls. You never know, like they might fall apart. If they fall apart, you probably did not handle this right. See how like a little bit crispy it is, like from the batter? We'll double fry it again later. And we're gonna put in like a few more batches. Maybe like 3 of these at a time, or 2. I don't know. Oh my god, these guys are coming out. Stick them back in. They're not supposed to be that loose. Stuff that in. Here we go. Okay, let's turn the heat down a little bit. Doesn't get too hot. I had to start turning up. Ah! Hey! Blech! Splashed on me. Okay. You guys did not see that. Is that the door? Or is that you knocking? Mix in. I'm gonna have to use tongs to pick these out, like at the double fry, to make this go by quick. Alright, cook them. I was kind of sketchy about deep fried seaweed rolls. I just don't like having to eat too much fried food. I'll give this a chance. Look at these guys. I gotta like break these like loose parts just to make it look presentable as possible. Ow, I hate it when the oil splashes on me, man. A little bit golden brown, some maybe a little bit loose, but we'll make it crispy. Don't worry, guys. This might be the right amount of butter for the 6 rolls. Shoot! I'm standing back after I dropped some of them in. Jesus Christ, I'm not standing near the oil. After the first frying, you feel it like soft and like jiggly. That's not what we wanted yet. Sorry, I'm being a bit like, scared right now because you never know these oils start popping anytime. And after we're done with the frying, that's when it's time for us to eat. Make sure these guys don't like hang too loose here. Whoa! Shoot. Okay, I got 4 more left of these rolls to go. one down. Okay. Damn, perfect amount of butter. All this a quarter cup of flour, a quarter cup of ice cold water with 6 rolls. Now I know a good amount for like certain number of rolls here. That's a big splash, bro. But yeah, trying not to cuss around my kid. With these yet. Time to double fry them, yeah. Like I said earlier. Wait till these guys get extra crispy. When they feel like very firm, that's when they're ready to take out. They won't stick together when you're double frying. Cooking going good, except the fact that I hate when the oil splashes on me. It hurts. Cooking can be painful sometimes. You just gotta get used to it. How's your day going, Europe? I think you told me that you have, like, you know, work during this time. Because, yeah, I absolutely hate frying for that exact reason. I know, right? I think it's because of, like, the water's still, the moisture's still in it. Especially the batter part, where I'm mixing like equal amounts of like flour and equal amount of cold water, so the batter doesn't like become super runny. Man, that's what happens. Look at it, like double fried seaweed rolls. And it's okay, just finish your work. I'm so tired, but at least it's over. I'm happy for you that, you know, the day of work is like over for you. Then I'm gonna serve my rice cake to a plate. You won't see it, but everybody's far away from where I live. Ta-da! Don't worry, we'll eat it with like some of the spicy rice cakes. I gotta put some garnish on top of it. For these fried up seaweed rolls, like it's like if you don't have like let's say tteokbokki, which is a Korean rice cake, into the sauce, you can make your own dipping sauce like sugar, vinegar, and soy sauce mixture. Oh snap! Well, just in time for me to enjoy the food. Stuff is all crowded. God dang it, Zach. Be there in a minute.
What are you doing? Come on, my tongue.
See it up? Your teeth don't grow in there. What you do? Where's that?
No,
Okay.
no. I'm my head.
Yeah, right here.
It's teeth broken.
Your teeth broken?
Yeah.
Not broken. It's just tilted. You're gonna get braces when you get older.
What the?
Oh, what happened?
Take away this.
Huh?
Please.
The police?
Now,
Oh, you got good hearing. I have to get close to you.
I heard it from where I'm sitting, like police siren and stuff.
Don't worry about it.
I tried to close it.
No, don't worry about it.
Oh, come on.
Okay, first time trying this.
I tried to close it. Come on.
Come on.
Mmm. Oh, hot, hot. Not bad. For the sauce, too.
You should come into my house.
Crunchy, chewy. Well, the chewy part is from the noodles. The crunchy part is from the batter. And I love the taste of the fried seaweed. And with the sauce, okay, I kind of like made the sauce evaporated. This was not supposed to happen, but oh well.
I'll try, babe.
Here you go, babe.
Oh.
I know, I'm sorry I didn't blow it. But how's the taste though? The texture and stuff?
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, it's my first time making the fried up seaweed rolls. But I have made rice cakes before. Like, you know, on stream and off stream many times.
It's good. I couldn't taste it because it's so hot. Don't touch it, it'll burn.
I know.
You don't want to lose your taste buds from burning your tongue.
I know.
Happened to me multiple times when I eat pizza. Hot pizza.
Dude, these two does go good together. No
Yeah.
wonder why Koreans like, you know, the gimmari and like tteokbokki together when it comes to, you know, eating street food.
It's balanced. And they pair up really well.
Yeah. Also like tempura, like shrimp tempura, kakiage, fried up sweet potatoes, and like gimbap, which is like their own kind of Korean sushi roll. Yeah.
You get soft and you get crunchy.
Soft and crunchy.
You get salty and sweet.
Salty, sweet, savory, spicy. All the above. Oh my god, so good.
Why you make so much?
I only made like 6 rolls. I didn't make too much though, but I left the filling in case I want to make more. Dude. Like, burning your mouth is probably the most annoying thing next to getting hair stuck in your eye. Oh yeah. Both are the most annoying thing when it comes to, you know, anything happens to you. I still got more of the gimmari than this. It's just it over there. But I just want to make this look presentable as possible. Let's see. You can still taste the flavor inside the noodle food. Look at that. So good and texture is delicious.
The brown.
I just wish I would have added a little bit more liquid and more of the sauce. Add more sauce to it. It's supposed to be more than this. exactly their Korean food like does know how to balance their food so well. Oh, speaking of like balancing food, I gotta show you my vegan kimchi I made last week, last cooking stream. It's so good. What the? Look at this one. I think this is it. See? Well, I have more than this. It's in like one of those empty pickle jars, but I made this vegan kimchi. It smells so good, so strong. And then after I let it sit for like a week, you get this sour taste. So delicious. I'm gonna put this on top of the lid. If I was like being a guest, don't worry, I would never double dip it anyway. I need something fermented to go with this. Look at this rice cake I made like out of rice paper tteokbokki. I would have made like homemade, but then I didn't have enough like ingredients, didn't have enough measurements to make homemade rice cake myself. I do have a video on how to make that. Wow, that looks great. I love good kimchi. Me too. But I say like, you know, vegan kimchi like is better for people who don't like the smell of the fishy sauce or like don't like the salted shrimp that was like in some of the traditional kimchi. Look how bouncy and chewy it looks. Made out of rice paper. Good texture. Oh my god, so freaking good. Not too soft, not too firm, no bouncy, man. Oh. Korean food is so freaking addicting. Oh. I don't know like what stores would like sell the vegan version of kimchi, to be honest. So I'm sorry guys, I have no knowledge like where you could get it at the store. But making it at home is like pretty much fun and like easy as long as you get all the right ingredients. Where's cake? Ugh. I'm still training my body how to eat a lot. But I can't train my body to eat more if my emotion is like pretty down. So, cause like if my emotion is like pretty down and I eat too much, I would vomit. Cause my emotion and my body would not handle too much of it. These things are so chewy and bouncy. If you like make rice cake out of rice paper, it's much easier and it's like much cheaper that way. It's almost like you know how to make the rice paper, you know, tteokbokki correctly and cook it right too. Because they're different than like regular rice cakes. I'm gonna be looking for a little though. Gotta hop in the shower real quick. Okay, have a nice shower. Thanks for the lurk. finish the rest of my other gimari that's like, you know, in the kitchen. And I was gonna eat it with some dipping sauce. I think like in Korean like street food vendors, like they, you know, serve like, you know, many kinds of like dipping sauce you can eat with your, you know, fried up food and like your tteokbokki. Like one with the soy sauce flavor, some are spicy, some are like mild. I don't remember exactly because I haven't watched Korean street food in a while. Mmm. I don't think it's in like great focus. Sorry, it's hard to get it all focused. This is the best I could do. Mmm. I gotta tell you this, guys, but I never had like tteokbokki with my own homemade rice cake before. I don't know why, or I don't know why I didn't do it, but it's just kind of shocking thing. The other time I make tteokbokki is made out of rice paper, or like, you know, it's from store-bought at the Asian grocery store one time, and that's the last time I ever like go store-bought. I don't even know why I didn't use my homemade rice cake like to make tteokbokki. I don't know what I did with it, to be honest. Bouncy, chewy, bouncy. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. See this kimchi. We got one more piece, like good mother. I don't know why the hell was I sketchy about this street food, this gimari. Maybe I wasn't a fan of like, you know, seaweed rolls fried up, probably. That's slippery. Oh, I saw that. Tteokbokki. Let me like get some of that dipping sauce, or make myself dipping sauce for the food. Forgot I have my water. Here's all the rest of the gimari that I fried up. still got leftover filling, but I will probably make more tomorrow for my lunch. Sorry about that. Here's my dipping sauce. Sucks that I ran out of like gochugaru, which is like Korean hot pepper flakes. I ran out of that because I was using the rest of it to make the kimchi paste last week. Let me see how this tastes with the dipping sauce. Not bad. Still prefer like the bulky sauce, but this, it evaporated. I'm sad. Crunchy texture. I still had some of the sauces, coated with the gimari. I might do this way. Delicious. I gotta make sure I don't overeat. Favorite dish to cook? I don't know. Let me think. I think my favorite dish to cook for now is like some noodle dish. Like, I'm not sure if I like the stir fry noodles or like to cook noodle soup. If it's noodle soup, then my favorite thing to cook is, of course, pho. Like, if in case you don't know what pho is, it's a Vietnamese noodle soup that's been like, all over like the place. Like, very popular, like hot noodle soup to, eat, to make. And like the most common one is the beef pho. So beef pho takes like a long time, probably like 2 days for it to make, because you're letting the beef bones like let the flavor sit in the fridge for like overnight, and then like you take it out and then like you boil it until it's like ready for you to eat. You get all the like the beef flavors from the soup. What about you, Yurt? What's your favorite dish or favorite dish to cook? I don't want to assume it's like, if you cook at home or something. Didn't want to assume that. Oh yeah, the stir-fried noodle dish. My favorite stir-fried noodle dish to cook is either pad thai or pad see ew. Those two dishes are like the most popular Thai food, ever. course, a lot of people like, knows pad thai. And like, second would be pad see ew, which is my partner's favorite Thai food. Pad see ew is my partner's favorite Thai food. I love pho. It's so light and clean and tasty. Exactly. The chicken is like more lighter compared to beef. Let's just say that. Bad. It's like, you just have like chicken noodle soup. It is good like when you were like feeling sick. Man, good time to have some chicken pho. Let's see. I love to cook Syrian lamb kebab with hummus and tabbouleh. Oh my god, I haven't had hummus in like any lamb kebab in a while. But I don't think I tried the one that you were describing. But that sounds so freaking good. Mmm. And ramen is a passion of mine too. Oh my god, I love ramen too. Ramen is something that my partner can never get sick and tired of eating, especially there's so many varieties with different flavors, tastes, and toppings, and proteins, etc. It's an old family recipe that's been passed down to me. Oh, that's cool. That's nice. I wish like my family would have like passed down like the Cambodian dish that my mom like grew up like knowing how to make it, but she just never taught me that, so I had to learn that on my own, like on the internet and stuff. So whatever like I make some kind of good dish, I would pass it down to my kids, so like my kids could like pass it on to their kids, like if they end up wanting to learn how to cook. I have made pho on stream like months ago. I made like a part 1 and then a part 2 because of like I'm making the southern style pho. The reason why there's different, like there's northern style and southern styles, because like the northern style was the one that was first made, especially during like the Vietnam War. Well, I don't know much about it, but let's just talk about the dish itself. So the northern style was like a lot lighter and like less ingredients compared to the southern style. Northern style, what I remember when I looked it up, is that they have thicker, like wider noodles, and like the broth that tastes super light, not a lot of flavor compared to southern, and they don't have much. They don't put herbs or like the sauces or anything, and they use a different kind of cut beef that they could afford to have, so they had to eat what they get. Southern style is like a lot of crazy ingredients, like charred up onion, charred up ginger, like all the spice. Oh yeah, they don't put spice in their northern style, by the way. And the noodles for the southern style is like thinner, so it's like cook, easier, cook faster than compared to the thick white noodles. And like southern style, they have like herbs, they have hoisin, sriracha, fish sauce, sugar, rock sugar, salt, and so on. To be honest, like I would prefer the southern style because of like a little bit more flavor from the broth itself. Not the when I say flavor, I'm not talking about like adding hoisin or sriracha to my broth. Well, even though I don't put like hoisin and sriracha in my broth anymore, because what I learned is like that's not how they traditionally eat their southern style pho. They put the sauce like on a side so they can dip their meat in it and like eat it and with their noodles, and you still get the flavor from the broth. And what happens, you put like hoisin sriracha in your broth, you're pretty much overpowering the flavor. And like, well, a lot of people's like preference, like it's their pho, so I'm not gonna like tell them like how to eat it correctly. If it was me, like I would not say how to eat pho. I would say how I eat my pho, cause like to be honest, like even the Vietnamese people don't even know like the exact right way of how pho is supposed to be eaten exactly, is what I heard. Which style do you prefer, like the northern style or the southern style? By the way, like I think I have made like the northern style pho and like tastes super duper light. But the thing is, like, I don't even know if I even made it right. Because, like, I don't know, like, any people who knows how to make northern style pho. And, like, stuff like that just wasn't, like, very common for them to pass it down next generation to the next. So, it's a mystery of, like, what the original northern style pho tastes like. Oh my god, lucky you. Like I'm glad. Lucky you, you got, like, introduced to, you know, how, like, pho is supposed to be, like, dipped instead of not into the broth. It's like, the reason why I used to pour, like, the sauce into my broth because I thought that was the correct way to eat it. But then later on, as I got older and I was watching this Vietnamese YouTube cook, you know, says that, like, that's not the right way because you overpowered the broth. I was like, oh, now I see why there are some people that, like, dipped it. Like, you know, dipped it instead of pouring it in. It's because of, like, you know, overpowered the flavor. I thought it was just by choice, but, you know, ever since I learned that, I always, like, you know, leave the sauce on the side instead of in my broth. Like, I personally prefer the southern style, but I haven't had much northern style before. Yeah, I get it. It's not commonly known about the northern style because a lot of people in this whole world prefer the southern style because they want more flavor into their broth. And the fact that, like, you know, well, it's, like, really, really expensive. So, yeah, everybody wants, like, more flavor. And if it's, like, not enough flavor into the broth to their taste bud, then I would still, like, you know, pour, like, a whole bunch of, like, hoisin or a whole bunch of sriracha. I was like, damn, this is crazy. But hey, not my business. Like, it's not my pho, it's theirs. I remember, like, the herbs that I'd be putting into my pho was, like, Thai basil, like, the most known. Some lime juice, of course, and some bean sprouts. Those are the top 3 that I always want to make sure I get every time I make pho. Other toppings would be like fresh jalapenos, cilantro. Oh yeah, green onion is the #1 main topping for the pho, so I forgot to mention that. Let's see, black peppers, fish sauce. Wait, what are? Oh yeah, and thinly sliced white onions. But then, like, before you put, like, the thinly sliced white onions to your pho broth, you gotta let it sit in cold water for at least 5 minutes so it'll get rid of the, you know, the smelly, strong onion smell. Thai basil is one of my favorite herbs. Oh my god, Thai basil is, like, so commonly used in a Southeast Asian dish, like pho or, like, stir-fried dishes, stir-fried noodle dish, like pad kee mao. In case you don't know what pad kee mao is, it's a drunken noodles. I never actually legit had that. I mean, I had pad kee mao once at a Thai restaurant. But what happened is, my partner got the pad see ew, I got the pad kee mao, and then they switched up, you know, sauce flavor into, like, our noodle dish. So it did not taste right of our dish, and I smelled like, and the meats were bad, so that's the reason why I vomit, because of, like, their shitty cooking skill, man. So I pretty much got the pad see ew flavor sauce into my pad kee mao, and my partner got the pad kee mao flavor sauce into his pad see ew, so it was like, wasn't right. So I have no idea what pad kee mao even tastes like. I don't even have, like, all the ingredients for it. I don't even know what's in it because everybody makes it differently, and then, like, it's not commonly known compared to pad see ew. Exactly. Like, the worst part is, like, me vomiting out, like, because the meats were bad. They just use, like, really old, bad smelling meats instead of fresh new ones. If I own a restaurant, I make sure, you know, my customer gets, like, you know, freshly made meat. Though I am not trying to get my customers sick. Like, if the meat's bad, it goes into the freaking garbage. Like, I don't care how much meat I wasted. Maybe I gotta learn how to make pad kee mao eventually. And see how it tastes so I can describe it to you guys from my experience. Oh yeah, I can't wait to make freshly made rice noodles with Patsiu, Pakimao, and Chow Fun. It tastes better than store-bought, to be honest.
One.
That's a hard part of recipes that are so old. There are so many different variations over the years. It never says there is this original. Oh my god. Yeah, that's just difficult to know, like, the actual original. Just because, like, the recipes are so very old, and then people, like, you know, would change it and say that's the original. Like, in reality, it isn't. Don't mind my kid. He's just rolling this dice around. And that dice is, like, pretty small. Did I see?
Did I roll it?
Yeah, see? It's so small. I don't know where this dice even come from.
That's from the McDonald's Happy Meal.
Oh, from his Happy Meal?
Yeah, for Trouble. I was looking for this dice so we could play Trouble, but I don't know what you do with it.
Is it still around or he threw it away?
I had to throw it away because he ripped it.
Oh, he ripped it?
Yeah.
Man.
How's this? This?
What is it?
Oh, that's a...
I gotta say, like, rice noodles is super hard to make. It just depends on what kind of rice noodles specifically. Like, there's vermicelli rice noodles, there are, like, pho noodles, there are, like, fresh flat rice noodles. And, like, certain, like, rice noodles that you get are meant for certain dishes. So, like, if you were to, let's say, make a pad see ew, you gotta make sure you get the fresh white rice noodles, but not, like, say, the... I don't know, let's say, like, not the dried one, or the, if you use the wrong, like, kind of rice noodles for pad see ew, you're not gonna, like, get the right texture, if you know what I mean. The little, like, you know, dice, yeah, you know, I was kind of thinking the same, like, choking hazard. Luckily, my kid is, like, old enough, and, like, he never puts things in his mouth, so I'm lucky to have a kid who don't put things in their mouth, because that's just, like, very stressful thing a parent will have to go through, is watching your kid, you know, supervise them all the time, make sure they don't put anything in their mouth, like, to prevent choking hazard.
3, 2, yeah. 6. 1. 1 again. 2.
So, like, the way how I made, like, my rice noodles was specifically for pad see ew, pak kimao, and chow fun. It was, like, you know, with rice flour, tapioca starch, and, like, water. I just steamed them, like, one by one for, like, an 8 by 8 inch pan. Like, doesn't matter, square or circle. And then I had to, like, steam it for, like, 5 minutes. That part is, like, easy, but the problem is, like, time consuming, because you're doing, like, one layer at a time. Luckily, like, I have time and patience, so I wouldn't mind as long as I get, like, all the tools that I need to make fresh rice noodles from scratch.
1 again. 6. 2. Wait. 6. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, there is so many different kinds of noodles. I want to be able to say I've tried them all. Man,
6.
I think I tried them all too, but I don't know. I can only assume that I had tried all kinds of noodles.
2 again. 1.
The one noodle I have a hard time making it at home is udon noodles.
3.
Because I don't have the right tool for it, or, like, don't know how to, you know, roll out the dough, like, correctly at the right length and right thickness. And my knife cutting skills for, you know, making noodles really suck. So every time, like, I get the right ingredients and, like, you know, make the dough correctly, but then the problem is I can't cut it, or I can't roll out it evenly. So that's the hard part. I had, like, you know, fresh udon noodles before, because I used to work at a fresh udon restaurant before. It was just so good. It was so freshly made, and then the texture of the udon noodles is, like, you know, bouncy. It may not absorb, like, a lot of flavor into the thinly like soup, because the noodles are so thick, but it's just, like, it's meant to be that way, like, you know, not to be flavorful and not for the noodles to be thick. I don't know how else I can explain, like, you know, udon noodles, you know, thinly, like, raw. Some people like it, some people
Again.
don't. Just all up to them.
2. 4 again. Oh,
Mm. Is noodle noodles one of your favorite noodles? Damn. Like I think for me my favorite. I think udon noodles is my second favorite. My first favorite noodles is rice noodles, of course, because
6.
I mostly grew up like eating more rice noodles than ever.
3.
Like when I used to live with my family.
4.
Richard, hey, how's it going, bro? You know,
5.
just a time for me to enjoy this
Good.
gimbali, which is Korean fried
Good.
seaweed rolls. All I
Good.
put is like japchae noodles, which is
Good.
sweet potato glass noodles, with some chopped up carrots and chopped up green onions. You know, rolling up,
2.
mix it with some salt, pepper, sesame oil, and sugar. And I roll up in the seaweed, dip it in batter, fry them up. And man, I had this with
2.
Korean rice cakes. Like, I didn't have much of the tteokbokki sauce, but it's so good. The texture of it. But anyway, how are you doing, Richard? Do you remember, like, we were messing with 8 Ball on Aileen stream? And, like, 8 Ball, like, I always, every time I see you in Aileen's chat, I always, like, you know, F around with you, man. With Aileen's 8 Ball. Like, you know, if you ask, like, 8 Ball a question, it will just say yes, no, or maybe, blah, blah. And I think, like, yesterday I asked 8 Ball, like, you know, if Richard should, like, quit being Aileen's mod. It says yes. Hey, don't play dumb.
5.
8 Ball says, like, you know, Richard should just retire, like, you know, being Aileen's mod. And then
6.
and it says yes. And then Richard asks 8 Ball, like, 8 Ball, do you secretly want me? And then 8 Ball's like, yes.
4.
And then I asked, like, 8 Ball, are you lying that you secretly want Richard? And it says yes. And Richard's like, the fuck?
Guys.
Oh my god. 8 Ball seriously hates you, Richard. That was so funny. Like Aileen said, don't listen to 8 Ball. Oh, we just mess with it anyway. Oh yeah, look at this filling.
6.
Yeah, 8 Ball definitely have a love and hate relationship towards you mostly.
2.
Thank you. And chewy.
2 again. Spin it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 4.
Richard, don't mind my kid. You know, he's just rolling his dice around.
2. 1. 2 again. 2 again.
I really want to try one of these if I ever go to Korea, because I'm curious, like, how it really tastes, made by actual Koreans.
Where'd it go? Whoa. It's right there. It's on the floor. I just gotta spin it. Spin.
Got one more.
2.
Awesome. You know you want it, Richard. Here you go.
1.
Chewsday tastes so good with rice cake, like spicy rice cakes. Like, no joke. Too bad I ate it all.
6.
But man, so cute. So good.
6
I still have more noodle fillings, so I've got to make more whenever I, you know, crave for these again. To be honest, I was really, like, sketchy about how these taste because I'm not a fan of, like, fried seaweed rolls. But when I gave this a chance, I was like, this thing changed my mind forever, bro. Like, no joke, forever.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, sorry about this.
Six. Yes, finally. Really good too. That was more.
Dude, okay, I'm completely done eating.
Oh, that's it.
I thought I wasn't gonna finish like all the, gimbari because I thought like I overdid it. So I made like 6 of those like rolls, and I cut them into thirds so it's easier to fry up the pieces. Man. D&D. What's D&D, bro? Oh yeah. Richard here knows this. I got like a new haircut like last Friday. I cut my hair last Friday because I've been having long, thick hair too, but it's like really hard to take care of it. It's hard to take care of the long, thick hair. It was like a pain. So yeah. Excuse me. So I haven't had like short hair since 2016. Thanks, Richard. So I was thinking like maybe I want to cut it like a little bit shorter than this. I was like, nah, I'll just keep it at this length. Just cause it's like still currently cold out there for where I live, so I don't want to make it too short. So yeah.
I just finished it.
Whew. Can't wait to make more tteokbokki and gimbari. Probably like tomorrow for my lunch. If I had the ingredients to make more like rice cakes, Korean rice cakes. Here you go, Zach. So yeah. And I feel like a bit full, so I think I'm good for till dinner time. So I have no idea what I'll be making for dinner, but if the chicken defrosts in time, because I took it out of the freezer right when I'm about to start streaming. And then like if it defrosts in time, I'm gonna make like lemongrass chicken. Hey, I gotta go run to the store so I can make myself some food. I'm hungry now. I'll get you later. Alright, I'm about to end my stream anyway pretty soon, Europe, so take care, have some good old food, man. And post it up in the Discord. I wanna see what kind of food you get. Alright, so I'm